A view from the skies above downtown San Antonio. We're pleased to welcome you to Texas tonight. Hello, and thanks for joining us, folks, for this midweek NBA action on 2K Sports. In this game, we'll see the Minnesota Timberwolves going up against the San Antonio Spurs here at AT&TCenter. Hi, everyone. This is Kevin Harlan, and joining us tonight, Greg Anthony and Hall of Famer Doris Burke. And reporting from the sidelines, our very own David Aldridge. And the new power rankings, still only the first month of the season. Here's a chance to compare early returns. Look at the Trailblazers. They're gaining on some of the teams above them, trying hard to crack into that top 5.
And when you look at the Timberwolves, they've started out slow. It's not for a lack of want to. It's just the way the roster is composed. They have as many questions on that roster as they have answers.
Now let's send it down to David Aldridge, standing by from the sidelines. David?
Well, guys, the retirements of Tim Duncan, Manu Ginobili, and Tony Parker mean the start of a new era for the Spurs. Guard Patty Mills said, "We've had great teachers, and now there's a transition. It's about teaching that culture to these new guys. We aren't going to change. Bridging the gap is going to take time. That's where leadership comes in." Kevin?
A proud franchise. Thank you, David. Well, adjusting to the NBA game for this latest class of rookies, Doris. Always growing pains, a feeling out process. It's always interesting to watch that being put together.
There are, Kev. There always seem to be a couple of welcome to the NBA moments as a rookie. Certainly you might take your lumps here and there, but this is a talented young group. Can't wait to see what they do.
I can't either. And checking out Minnesota's opening lineup. Wiggins and Covington fill the wings. Vonleh and Towns, the duo inside. And it's Teague in at the point. And for San Antonio, it's Aldridge at the power forward with Pirtle at center. DeJounte Murray is out there with Derek White. And it's DeRozan in at the 3 slot. Now here's Teague. To the right side. Clock at 6. Here's Wiggins, off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Well, you think the body up to Wiggins will throw him off. It doesn't help at all.
DeRozan surveying the D, and Robert Covington picks up the foul. That's his first foul. On defense, Minnesota. Murray dishes to Aldridge. And he makes good on the layup.
And an efficient start here offensively, working it inside for the easy 2.
And here is Teague. He had 13 points in the win against Atlanta.
And his passing was simply amazing. A lot of fun to watch.
Wiggins right side. There's the triple. LaMarcus Aldridge grabs the miss. Here are the Spurs with the ball. Last time they met was in Minnesota, where they beat the Timberwolves.
And the last time these two met, they were able to get a big win because of that bench production. Second unit might be a factor in this one as well.
Certainly something to keep an eye on. We'll see how the rotations go this time out. Every night it seems to be different.
Now here's Wiggins. Turned in an outstanding game against Atlanta. Fires the 3. Nice D from DeRozan.
Got his hand out enough on that one to bother the 3-point attempt. Great hustle on that one.
You know, we talk about this time and time again, trying to stay connected to shooters along the perimeter. Nicely done.
Here's Teague, following the score by DeMar DeRozan. Wiggins from outside. Again, Wiggins missing.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
They get it back. Aldridge. Outside, White. Kicks to DeRozan. Here's the 3. Rebound, Minnesota. They are coming off that win against Atlanta.
And sometimes it's a lot harder to get easy looks on the road, but they found ways to get their guys good looks.
Well, they knew exactly how to approach that defense. They shot a fantastic percentage because they got quality looks.
And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. Got a piece of it. Aldridge, the pass to Murray. DeRozan in the corner. No good with the triple. Timberwolves have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Teague finds Towns. White against Wiggins. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. Jacks up a 3. Aldridge. And it's Aldridge on the follow. Aldridge has got his second bucket.
Well, not sure who was responsible for the blockout, but this guy got in there and dug out his points.
Teague, the pass to Wiggins. Shoots over White, and it's Wiggins missing.
Boy, what a nightmare quarter for this guy. He's playing right into the hands of the defense at this point.
In the corner, it's Aldridge. All sorts of time. Misses his second shot in 4 attempts from the field. And Teague's got the ball here for the Minnesota Timberwolves. And that one's good. Wiggins.
Well, Jeff Teague knows how to get by and find teammates. That's pretty right there.
Here's Murray. His last outing, he had 8 points. Pass to Aldridge. Now here's Murray. Floats one, and he sinks the layup.
Boy, that's beautiful touch on the floater. And let's remember, not everyone has that shot in their arsenal.
And doors for Jeff Teague. He's not expected to be the scorer on this team that he once was.
And for Teague, to me, that is a blessing, as he is much better suited as a distributor of the basketball. He's got great vision. He cut down on his turnovers, and therefore his assist numbers increased.
Now White. Jeff Teague missing from long range.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
And what you love about his work defensively, the ability to challenge and change shots without fouling.
San Antonio's gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. Now DeRozan. 8 points his last outing. Murray dishes to Aldridge. That shot no good for Minnesota. They've gone 4 of 10 shooting the ball here in the first quarter. And Towns throws it down.
Boy, you love his toughness. You can tell that this young guy cares. The game is important to Karl Anthony Towns.
And so it's San Antonio with it, trailing by 2. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing the last matchup with the Lakers.
The failure to make shots on a consistent basis, that's going to put you behind the 8 ball all night.
You know what, Greg? I thought most of the shots they took were low percentage looks. The key in the NBA is, can you get your best scorers into their best spots? They didn't do that.
Here's White after the made shot from Robert Covington. And the rejection by Towns.
Well, his value to this team on both ends. Not many guys can defend the perimeter and the rim the way Towns can.
Spurs shooting well off their usual numbers, around 29% so far. White the pass to Aldridge.
Oh, that was worth the price of admission. Oh, he is a highlight reel unto himself, guys.
That could be a contender for the dunk of the year, I think. Wiggins outside. Pass to Towns. From deep. It's rebounded by Aldridge. Aldridge has got 6 rebounds here tonight. Wiggins with the rebound.
Boy, at some point you've got to realize there might be a better option standing next to you. This guy has not made one basket in this period.
And last year, a tough one for Jeff Teague. Just couldn't put together his normal level of play.
You know, Teague missed some games with injury, but his shot just wasn't consistent. His passing and playmaking were as strong as ever, but you just couldn't rely on him to score.
That free throw, no good. A lot of players have taken their game to another level. a lot of improvement they've done individually. Any surprises that have caught your eye, Doris, over the years?
Yeah, I would say probably maybe the greatest single individual leap I've ever seen is by the reigning most improved player, and that's Pascal Siakam. Couldn't get in the rotation consistently in the postseason, and then became such an integral part of an NBA championship team. Kemba Walker, who is an all-star caliber player, all NBA level guy, continues to stay in the lab and keep improving. So a ton of guys, Domantas Sabonis, another young big who's been incredible. Just great to see guys progress.
And DeRozan throws it down hard.
This guy does not mess around. DeMar DeRozan, spectacular. My goodness gracious, sir.
Teague hits to Wiggins. Back to Teague. Another miss by Minnesota.
Well, certainly not the best defensive effort, but this guy can't make them pay for their laziness.
Offensive rebound, and that one's good by Gay. And the Spurs lead by 1.
And they've come out with a take no prisoners approach on the glass here tonight, guys.
Teague with the ball. They look to him for part of their offensive attack. Right now, he averages nearly...
Look out! Strong finish. Oh, the ease with which he elevates Wiggins with a highlight move that time.
San Antonio's gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. Spurs working the ball around now. Here's DeRozan, and he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him.
All right, defensively now, you've got to find a way to slow this guy down because he's putting it to you.
It's common to see wing players improve their perimeter shooting in the league, but DeMar DeRozan's most striking growth has been his ball handling and playmaking. He's been dynamic with the ball in his hands.
Here's what Minnesota's going with right now. Jordan Bell's checked in for Towns. Jake Layman comes in for Andrew Wiggins, and Shabazz Napier subbed in for Jeff Teague. Back to Napier. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Culver. Bell trying to break loose. A nice shot by Culver. Culver's got it all tied up now for the Timberwolves. And San Antonio shooting 40% here in the early stages. And Greg DeRozan watching a ton of films of guys like Andre Miller and Sam Cassell operating in the pick and roll.
Not only that, Kevin, to strengthen his left hand, he'd use it for daily activities like writing, leaving no stone unturned to become an expert initiator.
And this will be his second and third shots at the line here.
And with numbers like this, how about 87% on the year? He's been somebody they love having at the line.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one.
Well, this is the first full year now for Ryan Saunders. Let's remember he was hired by Minnesota full-time after an interim stint last season. And boy, did the players love playing for him.
San Antonio making a switch here. Lyles checked in. Both free throws good from DeRozan. And as we know, Doris, Ryan Saunders, the son of the late, great Minnesota legend, Flip Saunders.
Well, certainly the family has history with the organization, but in no way did Ryan Saunders get the job due to name only. This guy proved he can get wins from this Minnesota roster last year. For Saunders, he's known as a player development guy, and the ability to handle superstars is part and parcel to the job.
And Mills kicks to DeRozan. Tries a three, and Rudy Gay picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Bellinelli, he's checked in for San Antonio. The Timberwolves shooting well right out of the gates here at around 50%. Passes to Layman. Tries it from 9. No good from Bell. And the foul on Jordan Bell. That'll be his second foul of the game. And it's Carroll with the ball for San Antonio. Here's Mills. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Here's Lyles over Zhang from the left block.
You got to credit Zhang's defense. That miss didn't just happen by accident.
Here's Culver. Good, and it's Napier with the assist that time. Napier's got 3 assists now in this one. San Antonio trailing here. And stolen by Napier. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
San Antonio's gone 0 of 4 from three-point land to start out. Looking cold from outside. Now here's Mills. Tight defense on him. Doesn't go that time. Minnesota leading by 4. And here's Napier. 11 points for him in that last game against the Hawks in Atlanta.
And what a wrecking ball defensively, seen by the 4 steals he had in that game.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Bell's gone 2 of 3 from the floor. And Mills kicks to Lyles, and the pass to Carroll. We've got 1:48 left to play in the first quarter. Pass to Gay. 6 on the shot clock. To end the drought. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Down low. It's stolen by Carroll. Pass to Mills. There's the 3. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Napier passes to Bell. And that one, good. Bell's got 6.
And Jordan Bell is one of those guys willing to mix it up in the interior. That is nice.
1:06 left to play here in the first. Passes it to Lyles. Gay against Zhang. Now here's Gay. D right on him. Solid shot from the distance of about 14 feet.
And I like the energy of Gay, especially inside. He's incredible at getting to his spots in the paint.
40 seconds left to play in the first. Lets it go from deep. That shot off the mark. So the Spurs will take it the other way.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Here's Mills. Lays it up and banks it in. He's got 5.
And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive style.
Well, he's attacking, he's forcing the issue, and that simply stated a terrific play.
And finished off by Zhang.
That's a terrific catch by Zhang and knew exactly what to do with it.
Now here's Gay. And you can see his scoring totals. Those are some pretty good numbers. He's putting up close to 15 points a game on average. And so it's Andrew Wiggins making highlights for the Minnesota Timberwolves. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. And we'll be back with you shortly. And in 2018, DeMar DeRozan opened up about his battles with depression, hoping to have a positive impact on others.
A lot of people ashamed to talk about it. Even myself, for a long period of time, people wonder why I was such a quiet guy, and that was part of it, not wanting to speak out about it, not wanting other people to know exactly what I was going through. But you get to a certain age where you feel like it's all about helping others. It's not about you just being a selfish person about the things you're going through. Other people going through stuff as well.
Yep, you love the honesty and the bravery to step forward and tell his emotional story.
Yeah, he opened a dialogue, Kevin Love, following his lead to talk about anxiety. Athletes, as public figures, can have a broader impact than just entertaining, and we see it over and over again.
And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Timberwolves?
Well, going to the bench early, they obviously knew what they were doing.
As a coach, I think you get a certain feel for what your team needs. And credit this guy for not waiting around. He went ahead and made the adjustment.
On the court for the Timberwolves as our second quarter is underway. Zhang is out there with Bell. Then there's Shabazz Napier. Then it's Culver, and it's Layman in at the 3 spot.
Yeah, the call goes Carroll's way thanks to the effort he puts in. He doesn't back away from the contact.
Doris, you graduated as your college's all-time assist leader. Talk about some of the key traits of a great playmaker.
I think historically speaking, when we think about great lead guards, Kevin, we talk about unselfishness, vision, patience. Who are the players that make their teammates better? Though probably the one underrated aspect of a point guard to me, Kevin, is communication. Are you constantly looking for opportunities to communicate to your teammates, make them feel good about themselves, give them confidence? That, to me, is probably the most underrated aspect of it.
And Doris, when you played, you took such great pride in each and every one of those things.
I did. I love trying to make my teammates better. It feels great to make somebody feel good.
Carroll hits them both.
And you think about the Wolves' history. KG clearly their best player, but Big Cat has a chance to reach that level someday.
He does, Greg, and I think we always look through KG's legacy being defined by passion, commitment, and leadership. That was as important as his basketball skill. Karl Anthony Towns is similarly talented, right? I think the key is he just needs to find consistency. That's the last step.
Spurs trail by 5. Just over 1 minute has passed here in the second quarter. The pass to Gay. Pass to Carroll. Shot clock at 5. Lyles inside. He's against Zhang. Shot's good by Lyles.
Yeah, it seemed to me they were shying away from a foul there. The D still has to be a little bit more physical than that. He's got to feel you.
Napier dishes to Bell. Back to Napier. He feeds it to Culver. That one misses. Now San Antonio takes it the other way. With the shot. Gay misses.
This guy just can't find his rhythm, and you look up at the scoreboard, they absolutely need his productivity.
And the basket by Napier.
I'm not sure who was supposed to be on him that possession. I mean, apparently neither did the defenders.
And it's Mills with the ball for the Spurs. It's a 5-point game. They host the Clippers after this game. That'll be the last of 3 straight at home for the team. Now Carroll, and that goes out of bounds. Last touch by Carroll.
And we can see some numbers now for Culver. How's the last month of basketball been for him? He's right around 13 points a night, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists. Well, fans of this team will take this kind of production from him without hesitation.
I'll tell you, he has been a solid contributor. They have called his number, and he has delivered for them.
Jakob Poeltl's checked in for San Antonio. DeJounte Murray comes in for Patty Mills. The Timberwolves also with the sub. Noah Vonleh, he's checked in for Jordan Bell. Poeltl with the steal. We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. And with that shot, the Timberwolves lead is cut down to just 3 in the basket for Murray. The Timberwolves have gone 3 of 4 from the floor here in the second quarter. Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation.
Yeah, another turnover there. But, guys, overall, they've taken really good care of the basketball.
LaMarcus Aldridge is checked in for the Spurs. Derek White comes in for Marco Bellinelli. Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Towns, he's checked in for Jang. Robert Covington comes in for Jake Lehman. Wiggins is checked in for Culver. And it's Teague in for Napier. About 3 minutes played so far in the second quarter. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
So how cool is it, Kev, that Jakob Poeltl makes NBA history as the first ever Austrian-born player in the league? Doesn't matter what else he does in his career, he'll always have that distinction. That's cool.
That one misses. Last season, it seemed like Towns recommitted himself on the defensive end after facing some pretty significant criticism in that department.
You know, he looked like he was playing with a chip on his shoulder defensively. Towns has always had the capability to be a fantastic defender, and I'm really glad that he's focusing on that part of his game as an area to improve.
Murray, the pass to Poeltl. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Timberwolves leading by 5. Teague deciding where to go with it. Pass to Towns. Towns is doubled and stolen by Aldridge. Murray outside. From deep, Gay. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Vonleh's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Here's Towns. The rebound by the Spurs. Aldridge has got 8 rebounds in this game.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence. Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. Passes it to Towns. Shoots over Poeltl. And it's Towns missing. Spurs trail by 3. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, my cousin LaMarcus Aldridge is not the flashiest player, but he is respected. His former teammate in Portland, C.J. McCollum, said he hasn't changed his game to try and fit the new NBA. He shoots mid-range, scores under the basket, strong as heck. He knows who he is. And Kevin, LaMarcus isn't really my cousin, but his game never goes out of style.
You're right, D.A., and he is still getting it done. Thank you.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
For San Antonio, they've gone 4 of 8 so far here in the second quarter. Here's Murray. Up again. It's rebounded by Towns. Towns has got 6 rebounds in the game. Here's Covington. Some solid defense from Gay. And Robert Covington picks up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. The Spurs making a switch here. DeRozan's checked in. Teague against Murray. And the layup's good off the glass. Murray's got 10.
Yeah, that was the 3rd straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
Teague kicks to Wiggins. The pass to Towns. No good off the back of the rim. And Murray's got the ball here for the Spurs. Trailing by 2, and it's White missing.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
He is trying to shoot his way out of it, and it might be better for him to pass the basketball at this point.
For San Antonio, they've gone 5 of 12 from the field here in the second. Out to DeRozan. Back to Murray. Aldridge against Covington. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Robert Covington picks one up.
And in a league that's obsessed with threes and layups, LaMarcus Aldridge defying the trend, really feasting on a steady diet of mid-range jumpers.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one drops. And that turnaround jumper of Aldridge's. Greg, just impossible to defend.
Long arms, that high release point, when it's falling, well, we saw him give OKC 56. This man can take over.
Murray against T. On the wing, Wiggins. Pass to Towns. That falls. Nice feed that time from Wiggins.
So polished, so assertive down low. Karl Anthony Towns comfortable in this area.
Murray with it. Now defended by Vonleh. Pirtle, the pass to Aldridge. Shoots a fader. He can't get it to go. So Minnesota will take it the other way. Next up on the schedule, the Grizzlies. That'll be a home game. That game is the first and last of their homestand.
Boy, for all the talent Andrew Wiggins brings to the table, you wonder what his assessment of the 2018-19 season is. Obviously, he took a step back in terms of his production, and I think that had a lot to do with his lack of consistency with his shot. He's got a ton of talent. Let's see where it takes him.
First one falls for him. And with Wiggins, Doris, and his struggles last year, he seemed to be relying more on his outside shot.
You wonder if Wiggins feels the pressure of an NBA that now so heavily emphasizes that three-point shooting. But his strength, to me, is putting the ball on the deck, attacking the rim, and relentlessly going at defenders. He's got to get back to that.
Doris, such an honor to be on this with you, and you were the first female to become a full-time NBA analyst, breaking new ground. You've accomplished so much in your life, personally, professionally. What would you tell young women who are graduating college, looking to get ahead in their career in what you've chosen?
Well, first and foremost, I've been very lucky, Kevin. The game of basketball has been a part of my life since I was 7. It's been a driving force. I love it. I would just tell young women, times are changing. Dream big. There's nothing that's impossible. And I'm so thankful to the NBA players and coaches who have just wrapped their arms around me from the time I entered this business. So kudos to those players who are part of the change, no question.
And hard work. I have seen you work. I have seen you prepare. No one prepares more. No one works harder than us.
Thanks, Kev.
Timberwolves leading by 4. Covington dishes to Towns, and Towns throws it down.
We know this about Robert Covington. He is a team man first and foremost. Pretty pass.
And for the Spurs, they're shooting at just about an even 40% from the field for the second quarter. Towns with the steal. To the paint, here's Teague. That falls. Nice feed that time from Wiggins. Wiggins has got 3 assists tonight. The Spurs shooting around 40% from the floor here. Murray, the pass to Aldridge. Outside, White. Six to shoot. For the 3. That shot misses. So Minnesota will take it the other way.
He's so frustrated. Hasn't had a make-all game. It's making it very difficult for them to find any success.
Not the kind of aggressive defense they need to cut into the lead.
Yeah, you have to protect the rim, Greg, a little better.
They're just too slow to react. You can't afford to sleepwalk through possessions. What's going on out there?
And it's Murray penetrating.
And making his return from the ACL tear, DeJounte Murray, long, athletic, and young. He still has a very bright future.
This is his first trip to the line tonight.
And on the season, you know, only shooting around 73%, so not necessarily where he'd like to be.
Shooting 2.
That free throw missing. And some changes here for the Spurs. Damari Carroll comes in for Pirtle, and it's Bellinelli in for White. And then for Minnesota, Bell comes in for Vonleh, and Culver's subbed in for Robert Covington. And the second free throw, good. Timberwolves leading by 9. Culver with it, no good with the layup. And Murray winning second team all-defense in 2018. And Greg, at that time, he was only 21.
And that's been his strong suit. If he can hit perimeter shots consistently, he can...
Oh! Wow. But defense can't do it much better than that. Andrew Wiggins, though, the wiry strength to convert off contact.
And Murray's got the ball here for the San Antonio Spurs. Got it. Number 7 on the night. 7 for 11 from the floor.
Boy, it took him a while to warm up, but since the second quarter, he's on fire.
And Aldridge comes over to help. Towns wide open. That's good. And so Teague with the assist.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
Spurs trail by 11. Here's Murray. 15 points in the game. Oh, and the jam by DeRozan.
That's one way to do it. DeRozan shows off his aerial skills with the firm finish.
Teague against Murray. Outside Teague. Out to the right wing. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Bell. Rebound San Antonio. 1:10 left in the first half. Count that one, and the Minnesota lead has been cut down now to just 7 on the bucket from DeMar DeRozan. And Teague, here we go. And when you think of Jordan Bell, you think of a do-it-all big man.
Specifically how strong he is on defense. Great timing for blocking shots, good hands, and can guard anybody out on the floor. Can finish plays as well when moving at the hoop.
And he can't get the first one.
Now, Jordan Bell is a player who is going to accept his role and do everything that's asked of him. That's why you want him on your team.
Looking at who's out there now for the Spurs. Trey Lyles comes in for LaMarcus Aldridge. And it's Mills in for Murray. Timberwolves also changing it up. Gorgie Dangs checked in for Towns. Jake Layman comes in for Andrew Wiggins. And Shabazz Napier subbed in for Teague. And Mills kicks to Lyles. Up top, DeRozan, defended by Bell. And it's DeRozan missing. 2 for 1 opportunity here if they want it.
And no doubt, Kevin, if I'm them, I go for it.
Pass to Layman. 29 seconds left in the second quarter. Back to Jang. Shoots over Carroll, and Jang gets it to go. And the Timberwolves lead by 10.
Yeah, after a first quarter where they struggled from long range, they've really started to get it closer to the basket.
There's 21 seconds left to play in the first half. Mills looking it over. launches it. And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves with a 10-point lead. Some breathing room heading into the break. Their defense has been terrific in this game. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Here with Andrew Wiggins. Andrew, for you personally, a great first half. You really got to the rim a lot of times. What are you seeing out there?
Just a mindset to attack the rim early, try to mark my presence.
We certainly saw you in the first half. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey everybody, welcome to the 2K Sports Halftime Program. I'm Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Andrew Wiggins led the way in the first half. He ended up with 17 points, 2 rebounds, and 3 assists. His last game out, he was just not himself. But tonight, he has rounded right back into form with a very solid first half. And Shaq, what do you think about what we saw from Minnesota?
Well, it was an unselfish, team-oriented half of basketball. The ball never stopped moving. Their offense had a great flow to it. It prevented anyone from getting lazy out there. They're always moving, cutting, knowing where they need to pass the ball, Ernie.
Kenny, how do you think San Antonio played?
Well, I think they could be way more physical than they have been in the first half. Their defense gave up way too many easy looks, and that kind of defense will turn to a loss any night.
And that's going to do it for us here. The second half of action is coming your way.
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. You look at Andrew Wiggins in this game, he's been everywhere.
Ooh, that first half looked like a dunk contest mixtape. Was just destroying the rim.
This guy, he plays fast, he's aggressive, and if you let him get to the cup, there is nothing that you can do about it.
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. Spurs trail by 10. Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. On the court for San Antonio, it's Aldridge at the power forward with Pirtle at center. Derek White is out there with Murray, and it's DeRozan in at the 3, the small forward.
Elite burst. Hard to stay in front of Wiggins right now.
And it's DeRozan with the ball for the San Antonio Spurs. He scores his 6th bucket from the floor with that one. He's shot the ball 11 times.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Towns, the pass to Wiggins. Here's Vonleh. And Pirtle pulls it down. Pirtle's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Here's Murray. Towns with the defensive effort.
I'll tell you, most of the time this guy's going to finish that, but that was tremendous defense that prohibits him from completing the play.
And it's Wiggins missing.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
Murray kicks to DeRozan. Count it. DeRozan's got it back down to single digits for San Antonio.
You know what I love, Kevin? Right now, DeMar DeRozan is taking the initiative. The key is stay aggressive.
Teague, the pass to Covington. And here's Towns. Goes up the baseline. San Antonio with the rebound. DeRozan's got rebound number 5 here tonight.
Boy, as slow a start as you could have. Just 1 for 4 from the field. They're struggling.
Covington dishes to Vonleh. Back to Covington. Wiggins outside. Here's Towns. He kicks it to Vonleh. No good on the shot. A bit long that time.
Not how they hoped to start this half. 1 for 5, brick after brick. Let's start building the building.
DeRozan. Basket number 8 for him on 13 tries. That's 62% so far. Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. Murray against T. Here's Vonleh. The Timberwolves again can't hit. Spurs trail by 6. And the call will be against Jeff T. That'll be his second foul of the game. Murray against T. With some arc. It's blocked. Pirtle kicks to Murray. Covington against DeRozan. Shot clock at 6. And the dunk by Aldridge. Great game for him. Double-double now. 10 points and 12 rebounds. Teague against Murray. Passes it to Vonleh. Now here's Wiggins. Over White. Trying to get something going, and he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. And there's the call. San Antonio the foul.
Well, beautifully done by Towns, using the up fake to bait the defender.
And Towns, a player who took a little bit of time adjusting from the college game at Kentucky to the NBA game, especially Doris on the defensive end.
I do think you have to appreciate over the last several seasons Karl Anthony Towns' commitment to becoming a better defender. Listen, he has the length to not only block shots, but to alter shots, and you just want him to have consistent effort on that end.
The free throw drops for Towns.
Make no mistake, Karl Anthony Towns has all the skills necessary to be amongst the best players in the league. What a problem he poses for defenses, guys.
Rudy Gay's checked in for the Spurs. And he makes the first but misses the second.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Minnesota leading by 5. Wiggins with it, out guarded by Murray. And yes, it's good. 6 points for Noah Vonleh.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
Murray finds Aldridge. Gay scanning before, looking to get it going. Back to Aldridge. Pirtle, no one around him. Misses off the right iron.
Boy, he'll usually knock it down if he's left that wide open. Just comes up empty.
Here's Gay. San Antonio again missing.
I'll tell you, you hate to pin this on one person, but his inefficiencies at the offensive end are holding this group back.
And you know, you can't impact a shot that close any better than he did on that possession.
Boy, whether he blocks it or simply alters it, the result is pretty much the same.
Teague against Murray. And there's the pass to Pirtle. Here's Aldridge. Denied. And he gets it back. Pirtle, the pass to Aldridge. And the dunk by Aldridge.
And when Pirtle sees one of his guys wide open, he whips it his way. He's all for doing what's best for the team.
Doubled by Murray. And here's Vonleh. He's got 6. Drops in the tray.
Well, this guy flat out carrying the load for them offensively. He is taking and making good shots. What a terrific job.
Outside Aldridge. Wiggins against Gay. Over Wiggins. Out that one in, and the Timberwolves lead is cut down now to just 6 points with that basket from Gay. And Teague's got the ball here for the Timberwolves. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. DeRozan brings the double team. Here's Vonleh. And Pirtle pulls it down. Pirtle's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. Here's DeRozan. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Well, that's really good work inside from DeMar DeRozan. You know, he knows how to get position where a defender is almost forced to foul him.
He's made all 3 of his free throws so far. First free throw is good.
You know, the determination that DeMar DeRozan plays with, it's sort of this steely, I'm going to get where I want to go, and don't sleep on his athleticism.
Looking at who's out there now for the Spurs. Bellinelli, he's checked in for Jakob Poeltl, and it's Mills in for Murray. Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Jang, he's checked in for Noah Vonleh. Jake Layman comes in for Robert Covington. Culver's checked in for Andrew Wiggins, and Shabazz Napier subbed in for Teague. Towns with the bucket.
Yeah, this is one of the better catch-and-shoot bigs in the NBA already. Towns doing everything these days.
Spurs trail by 6. Now here's Mills. 5 points in the game. Gay outside. Spurs passing it around. And the rejection by Towns. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. That one on DeRozan.
Yet another player from the 2019 draft class who wasn't a top high school recruit. Jarrett Culver, 3-star guy, thin, unrefined, but in that sophomore year of college, boy, did he surprise some folks.
Shooting 2.
The first free throw is good. And Greg, when you talk about Culver, the one thing he did show in high school and again showed at Texas Tech, the ability to score.
Yeah, and he creates and makes shots against great defenders. Every team in the NBA is looking for that. His jumper, his handle, his ability to move without the ball, already NBA level stuff.
And good on the second, so he makes them both.
And Culver's game just screams potential. Already a good scorer, rebounder, and passer. Now the next step, improving that outside shot.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. And here's a rundown of the rookies already having a huge impact in their first season. These are the NBA's rookie scoring leaders. Jarrett Culver, 4th.
Well, coming in, you wondered how his talent would translate at this level in terms of scoring. And I've got to say, apparently, it's translating pretty well.
And the first one at the line is good.
And when Gay is locked in, he's special. An efficient scorer who can effortlessly take over games.
Trey Lyles checked in for LaMarcus Aldridge. Rudy Gay hits them both.
And even though they're down, they are putting on a show at the free throw line.
Pass to Layman. Outside, Towns. Here's Layman. DeRozan defending, and he gets it to go. Layman's got his second basket.
What floor awareness from Karl Anthony Towns to be 7 foot and that skilled. How lucky is he?
And the Spurs with possession here. 8-point game. The 3 from Mills. Minnesota with the rebound. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. 14 feet away, and it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him. And DeRozan kicks to Mills. Outside DeRozan. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
And really the scoring this quarter has been just off the charts, doing all he can to bring them back.
He's made all 5 of his attempts at the line so far. Timeout called, first of the game for Minnesota.
And starting to send guys to the line way more than they need to. Let's get some good position defense going here. That should be the emphasis, and get away from the sloppy fouls. And here we have an opportunity to check out Karl Anthony Towns. Just an incredible month of basketball. 4th in rebounding, 4th in blocks, and he sits in the top 15 in points per game. An absolute powerhouse offensively.
And he's so explosive, so hungry. You really can't keep him off the glass when he wants to get there. That's why he's top 5 in rebounding. Spurs trail by 5. Now Gay. He's got 8. Shots good by Lyles.
And guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
Napier passes to Jang. Back to Napier. Here's Towns. And stolen by Gay. And there's the call on Karl Anthony Towns. That'll be foul number 5 on him, and due to the bonus, we'll be heading to the free throw line. Damari Carroll's checked in for Bellinelli. He's off on the second. Timberwolves shooting just 33% in the second half so far. They need to look at more high-quality shots.
How about the recognition from Culver? Terrific at realizing when the defense has broken down.
Mills with it. 5 points in the game. Pass to Gay. Clock at 6. Puts it up from 12. And it's off the back rim. No good. Minnesota leading by 5. Here's Lehman. Pass to Napier. Here's Towns. Good, and it's Napier with the assist that time. Napier's got his 8th assist in the game. And here's Mills. Dishes to Gay. It's rebounded by Towns. And so it's Towns with it. He brings it up for the Timberwolves. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And credit the aggressiveness there. I love it whenever Culver is looking to score. It focuses the defense on him and still able to get the job done.
And this is his 2nd trip to the line in the game.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Free throw drops for Culver.
And they didn't shoot it very well from the line in the first half, but they've gotten much better since halftime, and it's helped them to secure the lead.
He hits one and misses one, each at the line. Spurs trail by 8. And here's Mills for 3. Rebound by Napier.
You will not see this guy miss many of those. He's one of the keys to their floor spacing.
Culver's shot is off. San Antonio's gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. Spurs working the ball around now. Now here's Gay. He's got 9. Once again off the mark by San Antonio. Now here's Culver. He's covered by Gay. Culver kicks to Towns. To the middle. Here's Lehman. The rebound by the Spurs. Gay's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. Now Mills. 5 points in the game. Another miss, and they desperately need a bucket. Here's Lehman. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's going to be on Rudy Gay.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
The Timberwolves have had 12 attempts at the line, making 8 so far.
Shoot 2.
The first one falls. Derek White's checked in for the Spurs. And so he makes both from the line. Spurs trail by 10. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Inside, DeRozan, and DeRozan throws it down.
I tell you what a good thing that he showed up today, because without him, this thing would already be over.
Napier dishes to Towns. He's off on that one, and San Antonio will go the other way with it. Outside DeRozan. Now here's Mills. Napier covering. Back to DeRozan. 5 to shoot. The outside leaner. A rebound by the Timberwolves. Jang's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Gay comes over with a double team to the inside and finished off by Jang.
Well, how about the aggressiveness at the point of attack? Jang finishing like he means it.
Spurs trail by 10. Mills with it. He has 5. Here's Carroll. And 3 chances on that possession, but they just couldn't find a way to score. To the middle. And Towns throws it down.
Oh, the defense has got to do more than that. Karl Anthony Towns embarrassing them.
Here's Mills. Misses there. Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. The Timberwolves on top, up by 12. Live from the AT&TCenter in San Antonio, you're watching 2K Sports. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
And when you're the beneficiary of a pass that good, you better deliver. And he did just that.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the 4th quarter, but stranger things have happened. And a look at the 5 for the Timberwolves to start the 4th. Towns and Jang, the lengthy pair inside. Shabazz Napier out there with Andrew Wiggins. And it's Culver in at the 3. The pass to Wiggins from deep. And it's Gay with the rebound. Gay's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. And White kicks to DeRozan. That one goes. Count it. DeRozan's got 15 points in just the second half.
Boy, officials say play on, even though there's contact. DeRozan, I guess they don't think he needs any help.
And here's White. Pass to Carroll from downtown. The 3-pointer is right on target. Carroll's got it back down to within single digits for the Spurs. Here's Towns, and foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It's going to be on Rudy Gay.
Karl Anthony Towns takes the hit, gets the whistle.
The 29th pick in 2017 by the Spurs. Their injuries last year created an opportunity for Derek White to show Greg what he can do with steady minutes.
And White at 6'4", capable of manning either guard spot. A shooter, a playmaker, and an all-defensive team in college. He is definitely a keeper.
And the first one drops. The Spurs making a switch here. Murray's checked in. Vonleh's checked in for the Timberwolves. Teague comes in for Shabazz Napier. And Towns drops them both. Just over a minute played here in the fourth. Murray against Teague. And the rejection by Towns. Murray, good. Minnesota leading by 7. Now here's Wiggins. Here's Culver. And a little luck that time, but it drops.
Well, late rotation by the defense, and Wiggins has the vision to find the open man.
Final quarter here, and we're just over a minute and a half through it. White looking around. And it's San Antonio with another. Now Teague. Down low. And Culver gets it to go on the assist by Teague. Culver's got 4 points in the quarter.
I'll tell you, Culver has an array of moves once he gets into the paint.
Spurs trail by 9. Murray with it. Kicks it to White. Carroll passes to Gay. Shot clock at 6. That one good for 2. And that's a double-double for him now. 11 points and 10 rebounds. Murray against Teague. Doubled by Murray. Teague the pass to Vonleh. Here's Towns. Goes back up. He takes it up and lays it in. Towns has got 11 points here in just the second half.
Well, Karl Anthony Towns can be a 20 and 10 guy consistently. This guy is a workhorse on the glass.
On the wing, Wiggins. There's the lob to Towns. It's stolen by Carroll. White drives in, and he finishes nicely on the layup.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash-mouth physical basketball, guys.
Culver kicks to Wiggins. To the left wing. Here's Towns. That falls. Nice feed that time from Wiggins. Wiggins has got his 6th assist on the night. San Antonio calls timeout. Greg, no secret that many Minnesota fans are questioning the contract they gave to Andrew Wiggins as his development has seemed to plateau.
And with all due respect to Wiggins, it would be worth worrying about if you're a Timberwolves fan. Wiggins has taken a step backwards, I feel, the last few years in his scoring and seemingly has lost the edge to his game that made him such a promising young star.
The Spurs making a switch here. Aldridge is checked in. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. I was able to hear Greg Popovich talking to his team during the break. He's not happy with what he says are late rotations defensively against their three-point shooters. And then at the offensive end, he wants his guys to get their own shots within the rhythm and flow of the offense. Kevin?
6 to shoot. Teague for 3. Good on the three-point shot. And the Timberwolves lead by 10.
Really in a good position thanks to the accuracy from beyond.
And so it's Murray who brings the ball up for San Antonio. Karl Anthony Towns with the rebound. Towns has got rebound number 17, if you can believe that. Vonleh, the pass to Wiggins. And again, Minnesota with the triple.
First 3 of the half, second of the game. Can he heat up?
The Spurs have gone 7 of 9 from the field down the stretch here in the fourth quarter. Terrific shooting. Pass to Gay. Back to Murray. Shot clock at 5. Aldridge kicks to Murray. Over Teague. Murray, no good. Timberwolves leading by 13. Wiggins drives in.
Well, make them foul you to stop you. That's what Andrew Wiggins does.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
No good on that one.
I think Wiggins will always be remembered in that monster trade for Kevin Love a while ago. You don't see many trades like that in the NBA.
Bellinelli, he's checked in for San Antonio. Guys, they're looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Here's Pirtle. The putback, and Karl Anthony Towns pulls it down. Towns has got rebound number 19 now. Incredible board work. Wasted no time on that one. And it's 13 points for Jarrett Culver.
You've got to have a short memory. Put a poor first half in your rear view and now make an impact.
Spurs trail by 16. Murray surveying the D. Shot to stop the run. Second chance shot, and it's good on the way up. 14 points for Aldridge.
They've cashed in on a lot of second chance opportunities here in the second half. That extra effort will help them cut into this deficit.
Towns, and that comes off the assist by Jeff Teague. And the Timberwolves lead by 16.
Well, just tremendous persistence from Karl Anthony Towns. Even under duress, the ability to stay focused.
Murray kicks to Aldridge. And here is Bellinelli. It's rebounded by Towns. Here's Culver, and then Culver with the dunk.
And that attacking mindset, when Culver sees an opportunity like that, he just grabs it.
The Spurs have got a pretty good rhythm going offensively, shooting 8 of 15 for the quarter. Passes to White. Six on the shot clock. Here's Pirtle. Towns with the defensive effort.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
We call that a great contest. You know this is something he brings to the table, the ability to anchor your defense.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Now here's Murray. Doris, we've both been very public in our admiration for LeBron, the face of the league, for so many years. When he retires, and we're approaching that date, who do you think might step up and take his place as the face of the NBA?
Well, probably the most likely candidate is the new and reigning MVP, and that's Giannis Antetokounmpo, who is an absolute physical force. He's put on 50 pounds. He's getting more and more skilled. When he adds that three-point shot as a consistent weapon and gets to an in-between game, he will be impossible to guard. Kawhi Leonard, you know, he is now sort of taking over as a multi-time winner of the Finals MVP, and certainly a player guys want to play with. So just a couple of possibilities there, Kev. I like that decision right there. Don't try to force a shot inside. Kick it out.
Doubled by Murray. Pirtle with the steal. Murray outside. Here's White. Good, and the assist goes to Murray. Murray's got 4 assists in the game.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
Timberwolves leading by 16. The pass to Wiggins. He lobs it up, and the dunk by Vonleh.
And he pulls off the Houdini to make that catch and slam it through.
Stupendous alley-oop. San Antonio's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the 4th. Pass to White. Pass to Pirtle. Inside. Looking for Aldridge. He gets it there. Made that one. It's his 7th of the contest. 7 for 15 from the floor.
Well, get it inside to a quality scorer and let this guy do his thing.
Teague up top. He's covered by Murray. Here's Towns. Yep, that one goes in there. Towns has got 25 points in the game.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
Murray kicks to Pirtle. Knocked loose. Culver with the steal. On the wing, Wiggins. White covering. Here's Vonleh. Bellinelli pulls it in.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
Over to the left wing. Aldridge finds Bellinelli. Back to Aldridge. Just 5 on the clock. Rebound, Minnesota. Outside Teague. There's the lob to Towns. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
Relentless in their approach, even with the game firmly in hand.
This is a textbook example of playing the possession and not the score. This team is doing a great job continuing to execute.
It's stolen by Teague. Fast break, Minnesota. Feeds it to Towns, and the dunk by Towns.
There's such confidence and belief and faith in his offensive arsenal that Karl Anthony Towns makes it look easy on that end.
1:33 left to play here in the 4th. Outside Aldridge. Replay is always a good topic to talk about. Any changes, Doris, you'd like to see in the system or in the process?
Well, one of the beautiful things you have in the league is the opportunity in both Summer League and then also in your development league is the opportunity to put things in place. For instance, a coach's challenge has been experimented with at both of those different levels. And now the coach's challenge will be adopted and employed in the NBA. So I'm anxious to see how that plays out.
4 seconds left. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. And he makes the first. Jang, he's checked in for Culver. Both free throws good from Aldridge. Timberwolves leading by 20.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Timberwolves.
When you shoot this well from three-point range, you're really hard to stop. The defense didn't rotate out fast enough to stop the hot shooters.
Exactly, Kevin. They were lethal from deep.
And they took charge when it counted, and they'll be notching their 9th win overall.
And they're able to even the score of this series at a game apiece. Still, 2 more to go in the season series.
And guys, one of the steady and outstanding players putting in another impressive performance, it was a big-time outing for Karl Anthony Towns.
Boy, this guy played with some swagger and intensity on the boards tonight, dominating the physical aspect of the game.
No good on the free throw.
Now, did you know, Kevin, that they called DeMarre Carroll the swag daddy because he always dresses to impress? I hear the wardrobe is unreal.
He hits the second from the line.
Listen, it's only one miss, but it hurts all the same as they try to cut into this lead.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Passes it to Okogie. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Shooting 2.
And the first one at the line is good. That one falls, so he hits both of them. And it's Walker with the ball, bringing it up for the San Antonio Spurs. The pass to Forbes. Pulls it up. They get the rebound.
And if that's the best look you can get on a possession, what a waste of a trip down the floor.
Well, missed opportunities, and they can certainly add up. You cannot afford to take that kind of shot.
And so it's the Timberwolves taking care of business here. A resounding victory for them. And Greg, in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. With Karl Anthony Towns, you look so calm on the block. What has that focus been like for you?
Just being patient, waiting for my shot to come, not really forcing anything, but also being aggressive.
And you do both very well. Thanks, Kat. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Doris Burke, David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long.